How have you never done an Alka-Seltzer?
I feel like that's an old person thing. I've never done it.
Alka-Seltzer.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I've done it.
Alka-Seltzer is both a heartburn medicine and a headache medicine.
Really? Is that because it's like basic?
Well, how have you never had an Alka-Seltzer?
I've never had one. It's not something I regularly think about.
All you gotta do is drop it in water. Water does the rest. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yeah. You drop an effervescent tablet into water.
Where are they? And where's
They're in my kitchen.
Just go make me one.
Oh, I know who's making Aaron shit list today.
How have you never had a fucking Alka-Seltzer?
Because it's just not something you just go around your regular day and do.
Welcome to $2 Steak of Pro Wrestling Podcast.
Whoa, wait a minute, Cookie. Wait a minute. You're a little bit hot. Keep going.
That mic is hot.
The block is hot. Keep going. Go for it.
All right. Again? Mm-hmm. Are we live, pal?
We're live, pal.
All right. Welcome to $2 Steak of Pro Wrestling Podcast. Your ears are not deceiving you. This is your boy, Cookie. Aaron, our previous host, was so gracious enough to give me a little time to shine and host a podcast this week. So your boy Cookie is hosting.
We're hoping he can put it on his resume when he goes to Charlotte.
And we're wired, so there is no internet.
Yeah, there's not going to be any dropout today.
No, there will not be. To my left, I have Aaron Varnum.
That's right.
To my right, I have Big Mike.
Yes, sir.
And over there in the chair by himself, I got my boy Tiggity Tolbert.
Hey guys.
Oh boy, so this week has been crazy, man. We've had a lot going on. I want to go ahead and start the podcast off by just backtracking a little bit and tell you guys like a crazy story that happened to me in the supermarket. Oh God. No. It was actually kind of funny. It was weird at first, but it was funny in the end. So I'm going to Harris Teeter, right? And I'm walking down an aisle and I'm about to turn into another aisle. And I almost bumped carts with this, elder white lady.
Okay.
And this elder white lady comes up to, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." And I'm like, "Oh no, I'm sorry. Like that was my bad." And she was like, "Hey, come here. Let me tell you something real quick." And I was like,
She just calls him the N-word.
And that's what I was thinking. I was like,
It's that scene in Blazing Saddles where she drops the pie, and she's like, "Don't let him see this." And you're still a...
like, what is about to happen? And she was just like, "Honey, I just want to tell you something. I just want to apologize for all the stupid white people out there in the world." And I was just like, oh, okay, all right. She was just like, "Listen, I love you. God bless you. Thank you." And she was just like, "You have a blessed day, and we're going to get through this together."
Oh,
Props to her.
Props to her. And I was just like, taken so far back. I was just like, wow. This lady did not have to do that.
Man.
It was a beautiful
Were you
thing.
wearing your Bull Nakano shirt?
No, but thank you for pointing
that might
it
have
out.
scared her a little bit.
It might have.
I'm not going to talk to this young man.
I am rocking my Bull Nakano shirt thanks to Violent Miracle and Aaron for...
Can you please say her name properly?
Bull Nakano.
There it is.
There it is. Yes. But this week on the podcast, we're going to be talking about, and we have matches centered around my guy, the Undertaker. The Undertaker recently. Well, I mean, what matches?
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
The third match is not centered around Undertaker. My
like-
match does not have Undertaker in him.
It has his brother in it.
Oh, whatever, dude.
Unless
What
it
about
was-
the third match?
The third match is okay. The third match is Tolbert's favorite group.
Taker's
ICP
in the crowd. Like,
Yeah, he didn't.
It's the tallest juggalo ever.
Okay, I may have embellished a little bit. In the beginning, in our little rundown, we're going to talk about the Undertaker a little bit because that was how I started off. I was like, what kind of matches am I going to give these guys this week? And I said, well, Undertaker just retired. And he's been in the business for 30 years. I was just like, let me start with that. So I just backtracked and I was just like, well, you know what? I'll start with the Undertaker. And then I was just like, well, I'm going to give Aaron a Kane match. And then Tolbert, I just gave you an ICP match.
Then you just got distracted and started watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, and then I just
this match.
I went down a big old rabbit hole.
That's exactly
basically.
what happens every single time I pick the matches. I go down a rabbit hole, and then I'm ended up watching like the Gobbledygooker.
Yeah. And then you end up with Tolbert's match, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
He smokes all that CBD and he gets all hopped up.
It was really bad.
Or windowsill joints that were left here by.
That thing was huge. That thing
Now,
was big.
before we get to our matches, I want to talk about yesterday.
Okay. What happened yesterday?
Yesterday was field day
Yes.
for our local rugby team.
Hot
Cape
day, y'all,
Fear.
man. It was tough working out there.
It was.
It was. Tolbert, I know you were there.
I was
You're the
definitely
groundskeeper. I know you were
Yeah,
there.
I was-
Mike, you came late, but you were there.
I was there.
You were definitely there.
Yeah.
And Mike, I asked you. I said, Mike, you seen Aaron?
Nope.
I haven't seen him.
Nope.
Tolbert, did you see Aaron?
I did not.
I didn't see him either.
I was there.
Where were you at?
It was like a force spirit, like in the new Star Wars movies. I was like Luke Skywalker, and I was like taking on the Force, and I projected myself out there, but I was really
He
not
was like
there the whole
telling
time.
me to do things. He was floating over my
Is
shoulder.
that what it is?
Yes.
That's right, Tolbert. Listen to that heavy metal.
Terrible. Terrible. Us working our asses
Oh
off.
no! So
And
yesterday,
Aaron
yeah.
is at home. I'm sure. Didn't you? You had a date yesterday, correct?
Yeah,
I thought that's where you were.
No, it was. So yesterday was my 1 year anniversary. I had I had a very special anniversary with my significant other. 1 year, my house. So I wanted to.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was like, who?
Yeah, I was like, his hand.
I wanted to. No, that's a 34 year anniversary with that. I wanted to treat her real nice. I wanted to, so I mopped her up real good, and I dusted, and I folded up all the laundry, the pile of laundry that I had over there. So yeah, I wanted to give her a good little treatment, make her feel good about herself.
Well,
Take her out.
What happened since yesterday?
I don't know. He didn't cut his grass, that's for sure.
Well,
Damn sure didn't.
that's today. It's a 2-day anniversary.
We had a good field day. Mike got me new toys. It was like Christmas for a young groundskeeper.
Shopping on the company
Was it one of those
dime.
dragon dildos? Was that your new
No,
toy?
no, it
God.
was a weed eater and a chainsaw. I felt like groundskeeper Willie, man.
Like a
That was pretty
chainsaw?
cool. A chainsaw.
Did it? What is it? Like a chainsaw? I'll skin your ass raw.
Like a chainsaw.
I'll skin your ass raw.
Why do I know that lyric?
It's Break Something by Limp Bizkit.
Damn. Anyway, it was a good day. A very productive field day. We had a good time. And then we
fellowship with the team a little bit afterwards. It was
yeah, it was,
I feel that you guys were very irresponsible with your transmissions. I've got asthma. I didn't want to go out there
Is
and
that what it
expose my
was?
lungs
transmission.
to all those
And-
droplets.
And at the end, we got to play a little stump.
We did play a
We
little
played
stump.
a little stump. Tolbert, you missed that. I beat Mike, just so everyone knows.
I was not the first one out this time, so I was happy about that. I was like the third one out.
Yeah. Have you ever played stump before, Aaron?
I don't play games.
You don't play games, Aaron?
No, I'm not a participant. The only games I play are video games.
Because he can play those by himself.
Yeah, I don't like board games. I don't like being social. I think you guys know that.
All right. Well, something that we do have this week, we have a bubble. We have a bubble. Did you know that?
Yeah, we do have a bubble this
Yeah, we
week.
do.
Let's pop that.
And
bubble.
it's Mike. It is not me this week. It is Mike. Because Mike had
Tiny
his first.
bubbles.
He had his first Alka-Seltzer today.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. I'm actually feeling better. So
See,
thank you.
there you go.
you go.
I came in and said I had a little heartburn, and Aaron just started berating me for having never had an Alka-Seltzer.
No. I said, hey, why don't you get an Alka-Seltzer? And you said, oh, I've never had one. Can you fix one for me, sir? Can you fix one? I'm like, all you got to do is drop the 2 tablets into some water. Oh, okay.
And that's it.
He started vomiting.
Yeah.
I gagged drinking it. Yeah,
You should
it
have
was-
told him just to put them in his mouth. Yeah, you just pop the tabs. in
We
your
should have
mouth.
told him to just chew them. Honestly, we definitely should have. Oh, why are you doing this to me?
Alka-Seltzer's amazing. Like, it really is a miracle drug.
It really
If you would like to
is.
sponsor us, call Aaron at 910.
Yeah, give me a call. I would like
Remember out
free
the podcast.
Alka-Seltzer. I can handle it. Alka-Seltzer's cheap as shit, though. Like, you can get like a 40-pack for $3 at the Dollar General.
It's because no one drinks those goddamn things anymore. It's
I
like
do.
It's like BC powder. No one eats those things.
I have one.
Maybe Undertaker does.
Oh,
he
Undertaker.
might. Our whole-
Undertaker's a goody powder guy.
I can see
I
that.
like the citrus.
He's a Richard Petty fan.
That's his name, Richard Petty. I was trying to think of his name. That's it, Richard Petty. I was gonna say Tom Petty, and I was like, no.
No, he's
that's not
dead.
it. Yep. That is That is right.
The king is still alive, though.
Well, anyway, boys, anything else happening in you guys' weeks this week before we get to our matches?
No. Me and Mike are about to go on a sailboat.
We're going to take to the high seas. Tolbert will take to the high seas.
The highest of seas.
The highest of seas. But, I plan on climbing up in that crow's nest and scouting for land.
Your ass is going up in a crow's nest?
No, I'm not going to climb that fucking mast. I'm just going to sit on the boat and drink.
Yeah, but we're going to sailboat. We're going to sail down to Ballhead Island and camp out for a night and
Sweet.
try not to die. So we'll see.
That's awesome.
But yeah, besides that, nothing.
Boys, I stayed up till 3 a.m. the other day. Latest I've ever stayed up in or at least in the last 3 or 4 years.
False. You stayed up all night in Las Vegas, and I found
was
your
4
ass
years ago.
at a one-armed bandit at 8 in the morning, and you were so shit-faced, I had to literally grab you and take you to get you a coffee to sober your ass up.
But
And you're like, coffee, feed me coffee.
you say
And
that, but
Alka-Seltzer.
I was up $500. So.
And then you lost it all, right?
No, I didn't. No,
Oh,
I came
okay.
out ahead out of Vegas.
Okay.
It was good stuff. Belcher
That's
lost
rare.
it. But anyway, but I haven't stayed up that late in a long time. But I was doing it so I could finish this paper and do this final thing because I have a 3-day weekend if I can get it done, and I did. I'm running on empty, but I wanted to be able to.
You stayed up last night till 3?
No, the Friday night.
No,
Okay.
I think Tolbert stayed up till 3.
Yes, Tolbert stayed up. His body did. Mentally,
yeah,
he was gone.
Last night?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
What
I
time
woke
did
up-
you pass out last night?
I have no idea. I woke up face down on the
You
couch.
blacked out last night?
Yes.
You
Completely.
blacked out.
Is that a sign of something? Like if you're blacking out in your own home?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe.
No, it's not, guys.
Maybe.
I don't know.
He said he continued drinking.
I'm not a drinker, so I can't judge you guys about how much alcohol. But you guys are definitely, you guys are teetering on problem levels of
Oh,
alcohol.
man.
Aaron, you have a big bottle of Jaeger on your table right now.
Wait, you brought that out?
No, that was you.
No, you definitely brought that out.
Aaron, shut the hell up. Shut the hell. You know, this is my episode, okay?
All right.
You know what? I
He's
understand.
captaining this ship.
I am. I see why Zane likes to say shut the fuck up all the time. It felt good. All right. Is it the Heat with Big Mike? I said Youngstown Heat this
you were
week.
Youngstown
Heat.
Youngstown Heat
Why
with
is
Mike.
Youngstown getting heat, man?
I don't know.
What do you got against Youngstown?
I feel like Youngstown always gets heat. Do they not?
The block is hot.
It's always hot in Youngstown, right?
Only people from Youngstown can give Youngstown heat. You don't know me. You don't know where I'm from.
All right. Well, Heat with Big Mike. We got The Undertaker versus Jeff Hardy, Monday Night Raw.
Monday Night Raw. This is actually Undertaker's very first ladder match, correct?
Yes, it is.
All right. So this is American Badass.
No.
No. Which
This is American
Dead Man.
This
Inc.?
is Big Evil.
Yeah. Big Evil, Dead Man Incorporated.
All right. This is from a Monday Night Raw. It is January 7th, 2002. For what I could gander from the video, Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy's
No,
in this
not
match? That would have brought it up 3
Oh
cookies.
my gosh.
Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
Wanted it? Can you give me some background? What the lead up to this was?
Don't look at me. I'm not the host.
Yeah. So I can give you the background to this. So Undertaker was in the middle of a feud with The Rock, and it was one of these just one-off matches where they gave Jeff Hardy a title shot.
Okay.
So they gave him an undisputed title shot, and they gave Jeff Hardy he gave him the opportunity to pick the stipulation of the match.
Gotcha.
And obviously Jeff is going to go with what he knows.
Yeah. And so
Ladder match.
really,
What, Aaron? What? No, go ahead. No, you laugh.
there's no drugs in alcohol.
That was exactly what I was going to say.
DUI match.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that match.
Really, I think the entire match was just a reason to just beat the shit out of Jeff Hardy. But it comes out, Taker has his motorcycle. He's in the ring. Jeff Hardy comes out doing his crazy weird thing. I don't know if I like his entrance or not.
Can I tell you, it's really fun. The kids love it.
It weirds me out a little
My
bit.
little cousins always did the dance, the dun 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 dun. But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, no.
Yeah. Back then I used to do it
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
My
it's
fat ass would get up there and just do that shit.
But he comes out and he breaks the rule number 1: never touch another man's motorcycle. Okay, so if you're not in the no, that's just a little nugget to put in your back pocket. Never touch somebody's bike. Never sit on somebody else's bike.
Or never touch a black man's radio. I learned that from Rush Hour.
I watched that movie the other night. You don't.
That was on. It was actually on after Dynamite.
It was. Yeah. TNT's like, there's all this racial tension out there. Let's show a movie.
24-hour blocks of it.
But anyway, Jeff comes down. He touches Taker's bike, and Taker's like, "What the? You don't? No way!" So he gets out. Jeff runs into the ring. Chaos ensues, but the match starts. But like I was saying, this is really just an excuse for Jeff Hardy to get the shit kicked out of him. Really early on, Taker's just working his ass, and at one point, it was the whole idea were they trying to get Jeff over as like a baby face or something? Because like they're just beating the shit out of him.
Well, Jeff was a baby face, and he was like on the rise baby face at the time.
Because this is singles.
Yeah, but he wasn't seen. He was seen as a mid-tier babyface.
Okay.
He was never seen as somebody that could be in the main event. And this was kind of testing it out to see if he could possibly do it.
It was like right after that brand split that they had back in the early 2000s, where they split up the Hardy Boys.
Gotcha.
So yeah,
so Taker's beating him up, and Taker's a shot to go get puts the ladder in things. He has a chance, and then he looks over at Jeff. He's like, "Nah, I'm not done with this boy yet," and he just starts beating the shit out of him even more, throws him onto the announcer table. Lawler's like, "Watch out, JR." And then 20 seconds later, Hardy's flying off the apron into the table. Taker, again, just continues to beat the shit out of him. JR selling this match like it's the main event of a WrestleMania. Like, he's just screaming, hooting, and hollering. And Jeff actually finally does get a little offense in. He hits Taker with like a Hurricane Rana. That Taker, I don't think that was probably the first and only Hurricane Rana he's ever taken.
it was the worst one.
He's like, all right, so I just kind of like fall over,
and then I roll out. Right?
Yeah, Jeff had to get up there. Yeah. And the one spot Jeff had that I really really liked, and I had to catch it on the replay to really see how he did it. Taker was outside the ring near the ramp, and the ladder is sitting in a way that you don't catch it the first time, but Jeff runs, jumps on the ladder, and flies out of the ring. I was like, how the hell did a man jump? Like, did he know what he was doing? How did he get so much air out of that? And then on the replay, you see that the top half of the ladder was on the bottom rope, so you kind of use it as a springboard. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Jeff also had a great corkscrew moonsault at one point that he hit Taker with. But for the most part, it is just Undertaker just beating the shit out of Jeff Hardy.
Can I just say that there was one part that was so funny? It was JR. JR is he's just doing this spiel, and Lawler's like, "Why is Jeff bringing that ladder into the ring?"
This is one of my favorite parts. This is like me like coming back at Aaron sometimes. I'm like,
yes.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah,
because Lawler's like, "Why is Jeff bringing the ladder in the ring?" And JR's like, what do you think he's gonna do? Is he going to paint his garage? He's going for the championship. And I popped for that.
That is a testament to how good JR was.
Yeah,
man.
and I mean, long story short, Hardy gets his ass kicked. There was another good spot where he has Taker. It looked like he was trying to go for another Hurricane Rana. Taker like holds him up. Jeff grabs the chair that happens to be in the middle of the ring, smashes Taker in the head with it.
Yes.
Taker wins, obviously.
Taker does win. Now, the reaction from the crowd, Mike. Did you see how the people were behind Jeff Hardy? Like how much those people were behind Jeff Hardy?
It's an underdog story, right? Like who doesn't want to root for the guy to like chop down this behemoth of a man? Yeah. But then like as Taker's riding out, Jeff gets his like really like squeaky voice. What did he say? I'm still standing.
I'm still standing.
Is that him at Myrtle Beach last year?
Broadway Louie.
After he fell down the flight of stairs.
Sorry, Jeff.
And,
we love you. We love you.
So Taker comes back. Obviously, everybody thinks he's about to go get some more heat and just beat up Jeff a little bit more. But he does this thing where he just holds Jeff's hand in the air. He says, "You got it, kid. You did good." Which apparently in the locker room, that's if you can get Taker's seal of approval like that. That was the best thing you can do, right? I mean,
absolutely.
Second events probably
left the people with a good feel-good moment.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed it. It was a good wrestling match. Not much of a ladder match by any means. I mean,
not at all.
Jeff didn't even hit any of his like signature ladder spots on Taker, but overall it was pretty good. Is that Taker's only ladder match ever?
No, he's
had like some TLC matches and stuff like that.
Okay.
Ladder matches.
The one thing I really like about a ladder match, especially like a one-on-one ladder match, it's kind of like an equalizer. It gives guys that are smaller a chance,
And it's no holds barred.
Right.
So like they can do anything. They can. I mean, it's no DQ. They can literally smash them with a chair. And
it gives a shine to the boys that are like more high flyers and stuff like that, and kind of equalizes those matches. I think that they're definitely good.
Now, I will say that this match, to me, made sense. Undertaker is the bigger guy. He's going to beat the shit out of Jeff Hardy. Like, Jeff Hardy didn't get much offense in because he's the smaller guy. That's why I like this ladder match a lot.
Yeah.
And that's honestly why.
No, it was good. It was just uneventful in the sense that, like, it was just big guy beating up little guy. Like, but it told a story. It got you kind of involved. It was entertaining. Good match. I liked it.
Absolutely. All right, Mike. Well, talk to us about social media.
You got a shit list this week?
You got a shit list, Mike?
I'm doing better. I'm getting better at this.
You've already done better.
You're doing much better.
So this week's social media, we continue our downward trend on Twitter.
Yeah, we lost a
292.
bunch. Yeah, we lost a bunch this week.
We had some good posts. I had a couple fun gifts. We were trying to, just really kind of create content.
Dude, all week I posted every day multiple Terry Funk gifts.
Yeah.
And multiple Jushin Thunder Liger face masks wearing a damn mask.
The one I tweeted Saturday morning because I got 3 hours of sleep was
Is that the Stone Cold one?
No. This is the gif of Shawn Michaels on the computer and like just trying to like dink donk. And I was like, this is me after staying up till 3 a.m. submitting my paper and not giving a shit because I met my word limit or my word minimum and I just didn't even care anymore. It's the last thing. All I want to do is get a B in this damn class. I don't care as long as I get a 5% on this thing. I'm going to be happy. So I had that. It's all about just creating content and enjoying me. So I enjoyed that. I did post Stone Cold panning, looking in the crowd, saying that's what we were doing, looking for Aaron yesterday at field day.
Yeah. I was with my SO, cleaning her up, making her smell real nice.
And then you soiled her.
Well, today. How did I soil her?
I'm sure
you just take a shit on the
No, I
goddamn
did not.
couch over there?
No, I haven't shit.
It smelled like you took a shit.
No, your shit.
Tolbert had one post on Instagram this week. He's holding steady at 132. And it was...
Tolbert's not getting political, though.
Oh, Minoru.
Oh, Minoru. It was pretty funny. I laughed at it.
Yeah, I found that in my photos and it made me laugh out loud. Aaron sends us a lot of pictures as he thumbs through all these wrestling magazines that he gets, and there's some gold.
Yeah.
In some of
There's
those
some
magazines.
really cool pictures.
Yeah,
They really
They
are.
really are.
We need to shout out Travis, too, for creating that poster.
Oh, my God.
The Minoru-
Yeah, explain that,
Yeah,
please.
we did tweet it. So we were having a little like back and forth one day, just like chatting in our group chat. And I had read on Reddit that somebody was like, every time I see Minoru Suzuki, I just imagine like old Minoru fighting young Minoru, like as like a protagonist and evil villain or whatever. And Travis is like, I got to make a movie poster.
I'm really concerned. Like, wonder what kind of like Japanese characters are those actual words? Did he use Google Translate, or is that just like gibberish for his
Well,
Japanese?
he probably says hot dog, mashed potato, or something like that.
Well, I know he used Soo Young from Rush Hour.
That's right. It's
He
Rush
did.
Hour. That's the name of this week's episode.
Brings it
is
in,
Rush Hour.
brings it together. So in case you're interested at reading or viewing our carefully curated content, please follow us at @2$steak_ on Twitter and Instagram. We might make you giggle. We might not. And we might offend you. And if we offend you, stop being a snowflake.
We might do it all at once. You won't know what to feel.
So this week, hits and shits. Hits. Roy Cooper, thank you so much for mandating that everybody in the state of North Carolina wears a mask out in public.
Aaron, one time for me, can you say it? Wear a fucking mask.
Wear a damn mask. My freedoms.
In case you're listening to this and aren't from the South or in North or South Carolina, we are, whoo, our numbers are spiking, boys. We have been banned from the Northeast. We're on a 14-day quarantine if you want to travel to New York or Connecticut or any of those fun states up there. And Myrtle Beach is like again, continues to just be the hot zone of everything coronavirus, which kind of worries me and Aaron because we work out in Charlotte, which is not even 20 minutes from the border.
Yeah, so I am now back to working at home indefinitely because of that.
I mean, that's not a bad thing, right? You get to hang out with your baby.
Yeah, I get to hang out with my baby. I get to hang out with my
Macho man.
angry child who is a one-eyed feral cat, and then all that other stuff.
Shits this week. Well, we already talked about Aaron no showing the field day. What's a famous wrestler who just didn't show up for his stuff?
Ultimate Warrior?
Yeah, there's one. You're not that athletic or racist.
Jake Roberts? We can talk
Terry
about a
Funk
bunch
had
of...
to tend to his horses.
Oh, my horse. That's how I should have fucking responded. Exactly. You guys should have been like, where were you? And I should have been, well, my horse is sick. my feral cat's sick.
And again, for their umpteenth time making Mike's shit list, WWE. If you're not following current wrestling news, so the wrestling promotions, the major wrestling promotions that are on national television have been operating weekly shows from Florida. How they've been doing it is typically having like a live event and then taping matches and segments for future things. And one of them, the one we have grown to love and the only one I actually currently watch at this point is AEW. They're doing it right. They test all of their people and quarantine them for X amount of days before tapings. They tape what they need to do for 2 weeks, and then they go off on their business. WWE, on the other hand, wasn't doing that and has managed to get, what were the rumors at now? 20 to 40 of their staff and employees, not just in-ring talent, but camera guys and all these other people backstage sick. And the worst part of it is they're not informing their staff on who is sick or how, which I guess they necessarily can't, but they're not even telling people how many they're doing or how many are sick. And they're not doing any contact tracing. So boos and jeers to WWE for poorly managing it. I'm not going to get political again, but they tend to lean a certain side of the spectrum, which tends to
the autism spectrum.
Whoa, that's
Talk about a shitty environment.
But anyway, that's the hits and the shits this week. I guess that's my shit list, Cookie.
All right, you got a shit list. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
All right.
No promos this week.
The strong style this week, Aaron Varnum, originally I gave you Kane versus MVP. Sorry, Travis. Aaron didn't fucking review it this week, so I guess we'll do the other match.
Aaron shot. He's doing his own thing.
God, I hope Travis did not use that as the art this week. We're gonna find out.
Well, I gave you, Aaron, this week. I gave you Kane versus Triple H, Mask versus Title, Monday Night Raw. Take it away, my friend.
So this matchup is a match between Triple H and Kane. A very important part of the Kane saga. This is the match where Kane loses his mask eventually in the end. I think this is a very topical match along with what's going on today in the world.
Is that because Kane didn't wear a mask?
So I've got so hit me with my my top four.
Aaron's top four. Number one.
Oh shit!
What the hell are you doing? Get it together, up, man.
Know your role.
Give me the number one again.
Number one.
All right, there we go. All right. So number one, Triple H's entrance, amazing. You can hate on him for holding others back and putting himself over, but once you hear Lemmy from Motorhead say, "It's time to play the game," you immediately go grab the nearest bottled liquid to spit up into the air with Triple H. When it comes to greatest entrances of all time, Triple H is near the top. The theme is perfect. The lighting is perfect. Triple H is, don't you fucking do it. Do not spray Jaeger in my clean house.
Don't tarnish his baby like that.
I do not want to have to smell alcohol.
Do it.
It's going to be very sticky.
Don't do it. Cookie, you will be banned from this house.
Okay, I didn't do it. I
Well,
didn't
she's
do
moving to Charlotte anyway.
And he won't be able to be here for his own appreciation day next week.
It's gonna be like the ketchup incident all over again.
Yeah. Anyways, what do you guys think about Triple H's interest? Do you guys
I do that when I get out of the shower. You know, when the residual water's dripping down your face, I do that almost every time I get out of the shower.
It's so badass,
I just go,
right?
I always did the little head down thing and then
Dun-dun-dun. Yeah, like when I was back when I was working out, because we had gyms that were open in North Carolina, I would listen to like a couple themes. Triple H's the game theme always.
That's a
near the
squat
top.
deadlift song all day.
It makes you get so fucking pumped. Motorhead, perfect pairing with the King of Kings.
I do love that they still hail him from Greenwich, Connecticut.
Yeah, why not?
Because, like, you know, because his entrance used to not be good.
Yeah, it used to be really, really bad.
Black. But
I will say though, Kane's entrance, that
It's good.
Slow Chemical,
It's
great
good.
song.
It's good.
I used to use it.
So, like, that was your your masturbating?
Walking
When I
into
used to
grade
squat-
school, he'd walk into homeroom.
I knew it was coming.
He would just
light things on fire?
He had that chin
hit the
strap.
pyro, Mrs. Blackstone, hit the pyro.
I'm gonna have to post that picture now on Instagram.
Oh, no, don't
'cause
do it to me.
Cookie with the cookie
You
with
have
the
to. That's
young
this week.
chin strap.
Basking in his glory.
He's
Yeah,
probably
you did look like you look like Keith Lee Jr. over there.
It was bad. It was real bad. I'm glad I did it though.
Man, I remember though, like Triple H, like that theme song is just chef's kiss. We'll talk about that a little bit more. His pairing, he became good friends with Motorhead, along with the Evolution is a Mystery song.
Yeah.
Also a very good theme song. And then the King of Kings, behold
one.
the King of Kings.
Yes.
On your knees, dog. It's just phenomenal. I'm a huge Motorhead fan. And anyways,
Yes. Number 2.
Kane has the best uppercut in professional wrestling, and it's always been that
See,
way.
I would. Cesaro's is pretty good.
Cesaro's has got a European uppercut, though. This is a traditional uppercut.
Okay.
It looks amazing, and it sounds amazing. I've always tried to figure out how he gets that pop. Is he slapping his chest when he does it? Is he slapping his arm? It's such a good,
It's so fluid.
It's a very fluid punch. He's such a good striker, and I've always appreciated that with Kane. Kane may not be the most athletic in the ring, but Kane has a believable striking game.
Absolutely. Number 3.
All right, so the mystery, the storyline of this match, a lot of it is what Kane looks like under his mask, and that's a big part of the storyline with JR and the King. First off, wear your damn mask. Secondly, if this match was taking place in our current worldview, it would be all about Mayor Glenn Jacobs wanting his constituents to be safe and reducing the spread of COVID-19. All the while, personal freedom loving and undisclosed medical condition having Triple H. Nah, man, my doctor says I don't have to wear one because I have like psoriasis or something. And his merry band of Boogaloo boys, Randall and Richard, wanting our dear mayor to fuck off with all that treading on them. Well, it's taken place in 2003, and JR and King are speculating what Kane could possibly look like under that mask. King has the best line. Is he hideously ugly? Maybe he's like me and just unbelievably handsome. So if you guys think...
You know what, man? What I really want to see one day is Kane give a conference and...
In the mask?
In the mask. I want him to say, put your damn mask on, and then he puts his Kane mask on and then does the fire thing. I think that'd be hilarious to see.
Yeah, I'm interested. There has been rumors today that Kane has an undisclosed illness right now. He could have COVID himself.
Oh.
The mayor could be, sick.
He might have coronavirus?
Coronavirus.
Number 4.
All right, so finally it happens. The final reveal is my number 4. Kane loses after multiple pedigrees, an RKO, and Ric Flair acting like Ric Flair. He doesn't really affect much of it. He tries to throw the belt in. The belt he gets hit, all this other stuff.
Flair flop, all that good stuff.
Kane loses. Well, out comes Eric Biscoff.
Biscoff. I'm bad, and I'm better than ever.
Eric Bischoff, who looks like he ran out between frames at the local bowling alley. Or as Travis said, he looks like Charlie Sheen in 2.5 minutes. To make sure his stipulation is upheld, Kane eventually takes off his mask. And the scariest thing about this monster was his haircut. It's actually really hard to describe. It's like completely smooth up front. And like Bob Ross in the back, like there's like a weird afro thing going on.
There's a lot of party in the back.
And then don't forget, Kane was also burned as a child, so he still has soot on his face from however many years.
He's never
prior.
washed it. He's never washed it. That's what it is.
So maybe the burns are from clogged up pores.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what that is.
So my honorable mention, Ric Flair. He comes out to the ring. He's almost 60 at this point. He isn't wrestling in this match at all. He comes down to the ring, still comes out in his trunks. Like, he just...
I saw that. I was like, what is this?
He has nothing to do in this match.
Nothing else. He just has to.
Ric Flair is like every dad when they're at home and they just want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Your dad's like, it's my house. And we all know the wrestling ring is Ric Flair's house.
Well, I thought he was going to be wrestling when I first saw him come down here. I was like, is he wrestling in this match? What the hell is Rick doing?
No, he's just wearing his trunks.
Or is it dementia? I don't know. Go ahead.
A 60-year-old man just wearing his tidy whities. All right. I give this match. The match was fine.
Wait a minute. Hold on. That means that you did not see the part that I wrote down.
What part?
You didn't. Okay. All right. So there's a part very early in the match where they're in the first row. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
in the front row?
Yeah, they fight in the...
They're fighting in the front row. There's 3 girls that are right behind Triple H. Do you see the girl just start grabbing his ass and looking into the camera? Like, she's got a fistful of his ass, and she's just like... she's just like smiling her
I did not
ass
see
off.
that.
Yes, it was hilarious.
Well, that's...
yeah, I know.
That's an honorable mention.
It threw me off.
All right, so my rating of this match, the match is fine. It's a good matchup. I give it 3.5 shrimp.
3.5 shrimp. That's it.
Yeah,
you didn't like RVD. I know. I
mean,
know,
RVD's fine.
I know Tolbert popped
that's
for
not
RVD.
that's not a shrimp in my book.
You didn't pop for the RKO?
It's not a shrimp in my book. If Terry Funk came out there with a flaming cattle iron, I would have given it 5 shrimp. So Cookie's got his rating of Finn Balor, adding or reducing a cookie. Mine's Terry Funk.
Yours
So there
Terry
was no Terry Funk.
So next time I need to put a Terry Funk in it.
If Terry Funk runs in, it's automatically going to get a shrimp.
Automatic shrimp, not automatic 5,
shrimp.
just automatic shrimp.
Automatic shrimp. That's a 1 shrimp.
Someone might get iodine poisoning.
That's right. We eat so many shrimp.
Yeah, you do. Jesus Christ, man. For our very final match, we have in the high spot, Tickety Tolbert, and I found it for you, buddy. I found you an ICP match.
Whoop, whoop.
Insane Clown Posse against 2 doinks. I don't know.
stupid
Doink
clowns.
and Dink.
Before,
2 clowns.
can you go into why? Can you just tell us? Did you read that Terry Funk thing that I sent this week about his how he thinks about ICP? Did you read that
I did
at all?
not see this.
He has all their albums now.
Okay.
I know they are friends, right?
Right.
And they formed a friendship. And I've seen the videos of him doing interviews and talking and like holding up his ICP albums because they sent, all their albums to him.
Aaron,
give me a brief synopsis.
I'm just going to read it real quick because it's phenomenal. So, actually, because I will pull it up. Talk to me a little bit.
So
and
I guess at this point I am a closet ICP fan.
Yeah.
Of the people or the music?
A little bit of both. They both entertain me. So we've got Shaggy, Too Dope, and Violent J. This is an ICP production. This is their actual wrestling, Juggalo Championship Wrestling.
JCW.
So the ring has the hatchet guy in the center, the classic. Everyone's seen it. With some kid chugging a Four Loko and spiky hair hanging off his chain. The ring is painted up like ICP fashion. They have black and white ropes. It's a pretty cool visual. This is taking place probably like 97, 98, somewhere
Do not
around there.
ask me anything
it's
about
old
this.
school, man. It's like 13, 14 years old, this video is. But they look very young. They're both very young. They're probably not as big as they are now, but that crowd is packed of painted
Slammed,
and unpainted juggalos alike.
Lost light hair.
Yeah, everyone's stoked. The crowd's going wild. So I'm sure this is the main event as well. But they come out. Huge pop from the crowd, and then their opponents, two stupid clowns. It looks like they took a couple of their roadies and was like, "Hey boys, we're gonna need you to put on these Doink suits, and we're gonna throw you around for a little bit." And that's exactly what happened. You have two scrawny, malnourished dudes in Doink costumes getting the shit beat of them by ICP. I'll give them props, man. They got some moves. Especially Violent J has a beautiful sit-down power bomb.
He does.
So, hold that thought, Aaron.
All right, so Terry Funk really respects ICP. Originally, ICP were releasing a bunch of videos, and they were commentating over old wrestling matches. And one of the matches they commentated over was Abdullah the Butcher against Terry Funk. And they were just saying, they're like, hey, look at these two old goofs acting like they can wrestle. They were saying this about Terry and Abdullah, the two of the biggest names in Japanese professional wrestling. Well, Terry Funk was always like, you tell those ICP boys that I'll kick their ass. And they did that without my permission. So one day, Sabu calls Terry Funk. And Sabu says, hey, I've got these two ICP guys. They want to talk to you, Terry. And Terry said, oh, bring those sons of bitches over. So the boys came over. And they said, I'm going to leave a little bit of money under this jar. I'm going to leave you some money because we used your match without your likeness without your permission. And Terry kept saying, no, don't do that. You're booked. No, you don't have to. Terry, we're going to leave it under this jar. I kept telling them not to, but I walked into the next room before them. They followed me in and told me they had to go. We said our goodbyes. An insane clown posse drove off in their bus. And I walked back into the other room to get the money. I knew they'd left. I have to tell you, I was excited. I was thinking, oh boy, I bet they left me $20 or maybe even 40, which would have just tickled me pink. I thought I'd have enough to pay for the chili that he fed Terry Funk made the ICP boys chili. At least, so I was really happy at the notion for getting $20. I went there, lifted up the jar, and there was $4,000. ICP left Terry Funk $4,000. And so let me tell you people something. Right now, I love the Insane Clown Posse. The next retirement match I have, they're going to be in the semifinal. They're the greatest band in the world, and I have all their records. Haven't got around to listening to them yet. But I have them here somewhere.
Magnets, how does that shit work? Terry's like rapping.
One other thing, Terry Funk has been to the Gathering multiple times. Terry Funk has been to more gatherings than we have. Terry says it's the greatest place in the world to sell t-shirts. I had my Terry Funk t-shirts and was selling them when I wasn't wrestling. Well, those people were so smoked up on that marijuana that they didn't need much convincing. Someone would walk by and see me and say, hey, Terry, how you doing? I'd say, come over here and buy a t-shirt. Nah, Terry, I don't want to buy a shirt. Oh, come on, buy a shirt. No, I don't want one, man. Oh, come on and buy a shirt. Well, okay. I didn't even wear my own shirt to the ring because they bought it off me. Also, Terry thinks they're good workers, and I'll tell that after you finish up your segment.
Well, segueing back into the segment, the boys can work.
Yeah.
They've
have
got
moves.
some moves. It's a little choppy, a little slow. You can tell they're thinking it out. But it is entertaining to watch. Violent J has, he does the fireman carry suplex thing. Looks awesome. He almost breaks the guy's neck a couple times in some of those moves, but he pulls it off. We do get a couple table spots as well. Where the boys show their ability to actually take a bump. And Shaggy 2 Dope takes 2 brutal table spots from the clowns. They start to get a little offense, start to build a little heat, get back at the boys a little bit. The tables are set up between the guardrail, bridging on the guardrail and the apron, right? On the outside of the ring. The first one, he takes a tombstone pile driver through the table on the outside of the ring. It looks brutal. He lays there for a minute because it's like, I think it hurt him a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Second spot, Table set up the same way, opposite side of the ring. He goes to powerbomb him through the table, but doesn't quite get him up all the way. And I legitimately thought he broke his neck when he went through that table. Almost hits his head on the guardrail. Crowd loves it, though. But then again, he lays there for a bit.
I thought there was one less juggalo. Let's just say that.
Yeah. But they pull it back together. At one point, one of the Doink's wig starts to come off, and it exposes his long, balding head. And it's to me, it was a hilarious visual because he just looks like I said, like a roadie they put into a clown costume. It's like, hey boys, we wrestling.
It looks like Kane's hairline from Aaron's match.
It's comical. Short match. The boys end up winning, putting these clowns away, and sending them packing. They end up going on to have somewhat of a wrestling career, which is always it's crazy how they did the rap thing.
Yeah.
ICP is known as the band that everyone's heard of, but not many people have listened to. And just the fact that they got so big, did this thing, and did the wrestling thing as well. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like
they had a lot of ventures, like outside of their music.
I'll give them props, and that's why I'll say I'm coming out of the closet, guys. I'm an ICP fan.
I knew it. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
I knew it. Now wait, hold on, Tolbert. Can you tell us a little bit about the commentary team?
I don't want to tell you about the commentary team. It was terrible.
It was horrible.
I
don't know who they put together.
I don't know who it was. It sounded kind of like the guy from ECW. What's his name?
Joey Styles?
Yeah, it kind of sounded like Joey Styles.
Maybe.
But this definitely wasn't on cable. This was, you probably had to buy the Juggalos tapes.
They had them on pay-per-view and on tape.
Yeah.
They had it on
I remember
pay-per-view?
the VHSs.
I do not remember
My
that.
Juggalo friends I used to have Juggalo friends. They used
Did
to
they
get-
did they die?
Are they still alive?
No, they're still living in Hope Mills somewhere. But anyway, definitely colorful on the commentary.
Yeah.
They drop a couple F-bombs.
Both?
Yeah.
Both. Yeah, dude. It's nuts. But
I think one
entertaining match for sure.
yeah, absolutely.
Like-
Would you say it was better than Aaron and I at the quarantine, our commentary team?
Or
were we better
it's
than
close. It's close.
was close?
It was
Oh.
close. I can't wait to get you guys a commentary again.
Oh, it's gonna be great.
Maybe at Steak Fest.
Steak Fest. That's right.
Yeah, that's coming soon, boys.
Do you
and
guys
girls.
want to donate to our festival that we're putting together?
Yeah, maybe next year. It's kind of like if we build it, they will come type of thing right now. Mike called it our Fantasy Fire Festival.
And I'm thinking about some of the logistics of some of the matches that we put together.
Mm-hmm.
We've got, so this would be our card. We would have the Gymnasty Boys against the Gorilla Squad. I think that would be an amazing opening match. It would be a lot of fun. We love both teams. Secondly, we need to have a rematch between Joey Janela and Jeff Hart. That would be our second match. I think that would be a very good matchup
We could
to
get
have.
Joey down here. I'd be like, hey, buddy, I got an ounce of weed, got a 12-pack.
And I-
White Claws?
And I
yeah.
think Jeff Hart probably takes 2 hot dogs and a handshake. You know,
He loves it.
I mean, like Jeff just wants to get out. And
So if you're out there, boys, Steak Fest.
Steak Fest. 3, we would have the Dawson brothers against FTR, and I think that would be a pretty easy match for us to get together. I don't know how much our FTR would make us pay them, but I think we could
Hopefully
probably
2 hot dogs and a handshake.
we could
a lot
probably
of
talk
hot
to them. And then all of our money would be going into the main event, which would be George South against Terry Funk. Terry Funk, I think that's probably the loftiest goal that we would have. It would be a five-match card, and I think that card would be a very
Wait.
badass card.
Don't forget about the non-sanctioned match where Cookie makes his debut as a professional wrestler, Aaron.
Against New Jack.
Yeah, wait a minute. No, I didn't say that part. Not New Jack. No, dear God, not New
A
Jack.
mass steak incident.
And then,
I see how he scares people straight. I don't want that.
we would also have, a smoke-off between Everything's a Bong and Mr. Tolbert over there. I think that both of those would be very good intermission things. I don't know if George South would be appreciative of all the marijuana smoke going down, but
he probably
he'd be
would before
fine.
that.
Well, Aaron, smoke goes up.
Smoke, that's right. That's right.
Whoop, whoop.
All right, Tolbert, give us your high cue. This is what the
right.
people have been waiting for.
Have they, though?
Maybe. Our 2 fans.
All right. What a bunch of clowns. Violent J, Shaggy Two Dope. Sky's the limit, boys. You know, I wrote this just seeing their young, painted baby faces. And they had no idea where they were going from there, but they did it. God damn it, they did it.
The Great Malenko, you know, they are one of the greatest bands of our generation.
Yes, one of the greatest tag teams ever, honestly. All right, that is it. That is our episode for $2 Steak. Another episode in the books, boys. Next week, I will be handing the hosting duty back to Aaron.
That's right.
Look, Aaron, I did a lot better than I did last time.
You did phenomenal this week.
Okay.
I will say that you did really well this week.
Jesus Christ, man.
And this is all in preparation for next week, which is Cookie Appreciation Day.
And I don't even know what that entails, but I'm excited.
One of us is going to have a Darby Allin match.
Okay.
One of y'all is going to have a Bull Nakano match, and one of y'all is going to have a Finn Balor match. So it's like a twink sandwich. You know, you got your and if you think about it, it's kind of like those really thin like buns that you can get now, the like low carb buns. Yeah. They're going to be sandwiched in between all the meat that is Bull Nakano.
It's a lot of meat.
So you learned that word. I should have brought it up. You need to Google what a bear is now, because we talked about bears last week.
Bears.
I don't know what a bear is.
So go Google that.
It's the opposite of a twink.
Oh, dear God.
It's a big hairy man.
Big hairy man.
Yeah.
So
big hairy gay man.
Oh, dear God. Okay.
Mike's not hairy enough.
Okay.
Definitely not hairy enough.
So we're going to have,
We're gay.
Mike is what you call an otter. Google that as well.
Any of this stuff is.
How do we know all this terminology?
There's going to be a lot of bubbles next week, I think, that get popped.
So next week we're gonna have a fun little Cookie Appreciation Day as a good send off to Cookie's time here in Wilmington with us. Cookie will be going to Charlotte the very next day.
Yeah, very next day.
And so Cookie, just be ready. It's gonna be This Is Your Life, like the Mick Foley and the Rock segment.
Do I need to wear my Versace shirt, like the Rock?
Yes. So next week is going to be the highest rated segment in all of Raw in $2 Steak history.
Oh, you just wait until I paint my face like Darby Allin.
Please don't. Because it's going to be really embarrassing. It's going to be more embarrassing than the picture that we're going to be tweeting out this week of you.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus,
that's great.
Man. I might dress up like a bear. Actually, no, I won't.
You already are one.
Shut the fuck up, man. All right, I'm sending it off right now. That's it for $2 Steak. Please follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Mike, can you give us the handle?
The number 2 $steak_.
Thank you, Mike.
That's it.
That's it for $2 Steak, ladies and gentlemen.